Hey, it's me, Raika. Today we're going to have a look at Orthos, the Seer of Origins from the Celestial faction. Now, this hero wears plate-based gear, is part of the tank class, and his primary role is to provide a significant amount of stall and distraction for your teammates. Now, this hero is built around his ultimate ability, Time Suspension. Orthos stops time for 3 seconds, causing everyone and everything but himself to become frozen. Orthos then attacks the weakest enemy on the battlefield at lightning speed, inflicting 60% damage per attack on the enemy. Level 2 and 3 increase the damage effectiveness all the way to 80%. Now, this pairs extremely well, especially with his signature item, which makes this extremely powerful, especially when fighting various PvE game modes. So let's have a look at his next ability, Time Trap. At the beginning of battle, Orthos will set up a time trap that individually targets two enemies that are currently closest to him. The time trap will then explode within the first 20 seconds of battle. Once a time trap is triggered, it will cause 320% AoE damage to nearby enemies. The time trap will also be triggered if an affected enemy dies. The level 2, damage is increased to 360%. Level 3, enemies injured by the explosion are stunned for 3 seconds. And the level 4, damage is increased all the way to 400%. So this is a control ability that he applies at the beginning of battle. His next ability, Inertia. Orthos deals damage to a single enemy target and prevents them from recovering energy for the following 9 seconds. So this is a little symbol that will appear over the target's head, which will deny them any energy gain for a couple of seconds. The level 2, 3, and 4, or the 30 engravings, increase the damage of this ability to 250%. His next ability, Celestial Vigor, which is a passive ability. Orthos' max health is increased by 2.5% per second, up until it reaches 150%. The ratio of Orthos' current health will not be affected by the new increased max health. Zorath's Deja Vu skill will not affect this skill's cumulative value. So if Zorath resets time, this will not keep on stacking. However, it will start at the same position as he would at the beginning of battle. The level 2. After 15 seconds of battle, Orthos will recover 3% of his max health per second. So this is a bit of self-sustain. Level 3. After 30 seconds of battle, Orthos will become immune to control effects, and the 60 engravings, Orthos' max health is increased by 3% per second until it reaches 150%. So it goes from 2.5 all the way to 3%. So this will simply reach that maximum threshold much faster with the 60 engravings. So let's have a look at his signature item, Time Warp. When you unlock this signature item, it will reduce the haste of enemies that get too close to Orthos by 30 points. So this is a little circle that appears around Orthos where he'll constantly be debuffing their enemies using this skill. The level 10 and 20 increase the haste reduction all the way to 60 points of haste. So this is a massive amount of haste, and haste essentially speeds up how fast the enemy will be able to cast their abilities, ultimates, and gain energy. So this is a significant amount of stall that he provides for your teammates. The level 30 unlock. Enemies that remain too close to Orthos for more than 6 seconds will become frozen in time for 3 seconds. So once again, a bit of distraction and control for your allies. So let's have a look at his furniture. Time management. Now this is the main reason why you build Orthos, is for this furniture abilities over here. When you unlock the 3 out of 3, after using the skill Time Suspension, the ally with the highest combat rating, excluding Orthos, is able to move normally on the battlefield. So Time Suspension is his ultimate skill. Now what this means is an ally with the highest combat rating, so that is at the beginning of battle, whoever has the highest attack or damage, will continue to attack the enemies multiple times for that duration of 3 seconds. So what this means, the battle will be extended every single time by 3 seconds when Orthos uses his ultimate ability. This allows your allies to deal more damage, get higher scores in various game modes currently available. And the 9 out of 9, allies' haste is increased by 35 points while moving during time suspension. So this in addition gives them an extra buff to your ally to deal more damage and be more effective. So let's have a look at how he does in battle. So we're going to have a look at the wooden trading dummy over here. So when you begin, he'll put his little time trap, and this will stun an enemy target. As we can see, the little energy cancel over the enemy's head right over here. This will stop the enemy from gaining any energy. So as we can see, there's the stun explosion. There's the next energy denial for the enemy hero. There's the explosion, and it stunned the enemy target. There we go. He's going to hit them. Perfect. So let's have a look at his ultimate ability. So he will target the enemy with the lowest health. So he can teleport around the battlefield, hitting enemy targets that have the lowest amount of health. And if you pair this up with his furniture, like I mentioned, your ally, your strongest ally, will also be able to hit the enemy targets as well. So let's have a look at how he does at a much higher level deficit. So this over here is 180 level deficit. So as we can see, Orthos was able to survive for the entire duration. So Orthos's main purpose is to extend the duration of battle, allowing your allies such as Athalia or Damia to deal more damage in battle. So let's have a look at how he does. So when you begin battle, he'll start with his little time zone. This will delay the enemies as by reducing their haste. There's the time trap and the energy denial on the enemy heroes. So this is perfect, especially against this Isabella over here, who can get energy extremely quickly. Now Orthos is going to ult, and we can see that Alna over here is using her abilities alongside Orthos. In addition, the time over here, the clock has stopped during the duration of this particular ultimate ability. So even other abilities, so heals over time or various other skills, will still be active during this period of time. So this allows Orthos to survive much longer and deal more damage in battle. So what is the minimum investment that I would recommend into this particular hero? Now I would highly recommend getting at least his 9 out of 9 furniture. This is the bread and butter of this particular allied hero, as he'll power up one of your allied heroes by increasing their haste and allowing them to deal damage alongside Orthos. Now, his signature item is not that powerful. However, the reduction in haste that he is able to apply on the enemies allows your allies to be more effective, essentially giving them a chance to stun, interrupt, and deal more damage to the enemy targets. Now, I do not recommend getting his engravings, as they are not that beneficial to him. However, if you're fighting as extremely high level deficits, this might become beneficial, especially if you need him to survive for that 15 and 30-second duration windows for that heal and that immunity to control effect. So I would at least recommend getting his 30 signature item to give them an extra survivability, but this is not required for Orthos over here.